Sponsored by Vakil 20.
Wonder shall never end. What did I know they see there now? I go Abuja, say make I go pay somebody wey go get problem with one person wey get Christmas fowl. You know say this Christmas now everybody now they shine high. Ibuela fowl wey dey trace is foolish dog go bite am die carry am take run go. Now who get fowl? You no call the see fowl. Na me they call arrest who get dog. Now the matter what we dey with the table, how we want to settle this issue. I call the scapegoat. As on ABC scapegoat we say 7. Rishi there. Now our brother what they call the BANJ. They tell us scapegoat, drip your water, scapegoat, do like this, scapegoat, come here. As I what he do one they call the BANJ scapegoat. He say go sing song, say I go be your scapegoat for real. They sing a give girl. No say na scapegoat to politician. As I what our guy what they call the BANJ does. They say this empower program where Buhari bring come. In case you never know our president Bubu, where IPOP they call say from Jubrin from South Sudan. Say not be Bubu be this, but not be that how they go. All the money where they give people where they not employ, including me, because this will not be work. Why go they shout for mock news? Where all this money they go? I go they hear billions, dollars. Where the money they go? I don't know say the BANJ, who the BANJ? He and some government officials, according to what they talk, because I'm so sworn and they sue me. They go create ghost workers with demon, with dead body. So they call them Nebuchadnezzar, Zacchaeus. Government call us they pay. They don't know say the money na the BANJ account. Money where they trace go the BANJ account almost 100 million. And then they call they say, the BANJ, they war na wabi sule. Oh yeah na. Iya wuka war na. They don't the finances come here, come answer this. They dodge. They finally go on Monday. They call us come on Tuesday so that the office sweep the same way. As he come back, now they say, oh yeah, say 7. And they nothing they cool up, they do investigation. So they say you and some government officials, the money where they already shot, where this empowerment money they go, where people carry it, so now they do all this thing. I go there every day they shot government pastor, I never know say even the industry. When I say they do scam, do something. But what you they talk about?
Finally, under entertainment, award-winning Afrobeat star Oladapo Oyebanjo, better known as the BANJ, was arrested and detained by the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission for allegedly diverting funds released for the federal government's Empower project, a project which was put in place in 2016 to address the country's unemployment challenges. On Wednesday, the 42-year-old singer denied any complicity in the fraud allegations against him. The arrest comes a few weeks after he was summoned by the commission.
Since when did it happen? When I call they watch the internet, a lot of people they say, oh, may let's call the government officials who be thief, not thief. If the BANJ do one, if not US, if for the loss. We they want try to make sure say this country do okay, but if some people get problem now, say, oh, what about this one? What about if everybody say what about this one? What about nobody go any prison? Whether the person are your brother or na your sister, as far as say this is Nigerian money, go ask Hush Puppy. Now US money where they take the empower people where they go baskele marketing. They go cram, they go put for there. How many years in prison? There's nothing like. But this one now, very soon you see and say the person alive, not be the BANJ. Say maybe the person account resemble the BANJ. They go do The country cannot good if people where they shop Nigerian money, no they go behind bar. Whether you be entertainer, whether you be like this, whether you own even 2 naira or 7 naira, as far as you thief Nigerian money, it's a big offense. But they say that they investigate the matter. I know say they go do the person not be him again. Say now another person will use the BANJ name. I know Nigeria thing. If Nigeria say go good, my brother, people will go prison. Over 90% go to prison for people with the thief. Other people now they say oh, they know they do anything. I took it. They don't thief Nigeria money even. But all of them, Bowario. If now you be president, you know go see what they happen. Nigeria big. If you Abuja, you know if you control. Because all the people you will send, say do this thing, now they go do it. Empower unemployed people where Buhari say give money. Now the BANJ and some people, they say, no, they look me like that now, according to what they talk. They say, yeah, some people, they thief money, you go get what to. Your age, they sing, the bona boy, they enter everywhere. But when you hear empowerment, what is 100 million when you have this thing? You know how much bona boy do? Everything, I want anything government. Now, Nollywood ever scatter because of this election. Because we are not get future. Everybody need government money. And I want me Nigeria good. Can't you just walk? This one day, Agbado side. This one day, obedient side. Go and verify Bangladesh. I don't even know which kind one way obedient only they do. So they go ask you question here. They talk about Bangladesh. They talk what about Atiku. Atiku, you know, so you have to say everything. So don't share. When I know so they disturb in our industry. The entertainment industry, alone, I don't use on our own as scatter because of greed, politics. Most everybody eat politics money. Now see the badge. He named those people because the thing enter everywhere. Whether not alleged or not be alleged, you. Well, okay. Go straight to other news, no time, okay. Nigeria politicians, since on I don't want copy good thing, but I can't see what this woman do. And not be she be the first person. Now Tanzania president, don't you think now? Where the brief budget of their independence come to celebrate over $500,000. And a lot of students, they not get place to learn. A lot of things, country burn. The woman say for what? How they go use just one dough to celebrate independence with almost $500,000. He said no. That money, may they go use and they do things so that the country go there well. Not be she be the first person. 2015, one president one. 2020, another president before this woman did one so. Why we not they copy good thing? But in another thing, they say, every day they celebrate independence, we never know whether we get or we see the bondage. More copy things where people they do. Nigeria, they shrink. They a lot of things, they borrow money, they celebrate independence. What are you celebrating? When I know if you copy what Tanzania do, those of them, what should they talk about?
Friday's Independence Day festivities in Tanzania has been cancelled by President Samia Suluhu Hassan, who has instead ordered that the budget be used to construct dormitories for children with special needs. The $445,000 cost of the 61st Independence Day celebration will be utilized to construct 8 dorms in elementary schools around the nation. On Monday, December 5, 2022, Tanzania's Minister of State, George Simbachawene, confirmed that the money has been dispersed. Thus, the East African country will celebrate Independence Day by having public dialogues on development. Celebrations of Independence Day in Tanzania are typically distinguished by pomp and state banquets. It is, however, not the first time Tanzania has cancelled the celebrations. In 2015, then-President John Magufuli cancelled celebration and diverted funds towards the building of a road in the commercial capital, Dar es Salaam. In 2020, he did the same and directed that the budget be used to buy medical facilities. The current president, Hassan, is Tanzania's first female head of state. She drew attention by ordering big-bellied policemen to lose weight to be more effective at work. She also reversed her predecessor's stance on contraceptives by urging Tanzanians to embrace family planning. Magufuli discouraged the use of contraceptives.
So some of us more they calm down. Everybody wants chop, thief Nigeria, and you see expect the country to good. We need to build this nation. Everybody from top to bottom. You understand now? They tell you say not get husband way and I will go Dubai, go like this, go enjoy the money. Before say no, make them build their country. All of instead of wanna build Nigeria, on the me Nigeria. I'm me Nigeria can't me that can me Nigeria go no channel. In Nigeria na human be on every road. You are not do like this. Like first way gets through. So on the Mickey eyes, on the Mickey nose, on the T ear. Nigeria now is a people like all those guys are children. I saw Nigeria be now because if this on the shop of the good, this on the shop of the good. Nigeria now so they move. Must stop to thief this country and build. Everybody they build their country. Why would they thief our country? And every day we they pursue corruption. Like I said, the thing an evil spirit. They use pastor take around on pray, begin to pray. The nice one, you get sense. Be all this way there, any money the other. Miss Hannah, yeah, my speaker, according to the Constitution of 2019, nothing, no brain. They can so Agbada stretcher. You stash where full village go tell live like or you have to stash one native. Where go this the consider they call it like people will get boy for armpit. Rubbish, brain on not get every smarty, the president, everybody. Buhari come, Goodluck Jonathan come, the president, this one come, the president, this one come, the president. Buhari doesn't come and the president. The next one when they come, after 3 to 4 months, was this already the president? Because no structure. Go straight to Odan, no time. I believe they root me. I don't know what they do Africa politicians, especially the one where they West Africa. Whether on a get spirit or demon where they worry now, I don't know. The reason why they read this news now because of Sierra Leone. Whether now they are minister of housing or manager of housing, now the man be this. I never see wicked issue for this life because not every time I come now the president. Young man where they build their own life, do things before the man say who acquire the land. They say waka get everything. They call say build. They do. The guy don't they do things don't they do now because you know the government officials they there. They try to remove the guy. They want bribe him. Come on, the guy say don't invest money yo, and they train people how to cook, catering work. They do a lot of things. Not only alcohol. The guy know they say they want now. They just come. Young man no. Later on I will say more come invest home. Bring the money, come home, and there's nothing in outside. Somebody now don't come home. They call demolish the full place. They even they sell the land, they give Lebanese. Why the Sierra Leonean, they scatter their own. And you leave your wife shop for the same land. If you say will be full. Those of you who never watch with the young man, they talk where they scatter the place. Oh yeah,
My name is Francis Sali Kamara, and I'm a graduate, of course, and I graduated some time back. But I get passion for food, and I train people for make cake, and I also decide for open a restaurant because I get idea about food. And I started about 2 years ago where I came at this community, and we not be get any side for established. So we get this 20-feet container where we start up with. I come here, I come to the villa, I talk to the person where they na the villa and I explain, say me a graduate, but I get passion for food. I want to establish myself with a small restaurant. And the person give me go ahead and say, you know, find all you necessary documentation for here. Because on side where they can defecate and not on side where we clean. So I take that venture there, I go to council, I go list the land na council, I pay na council, and council send me na Zenith Bank. I get everything, every document, fully. So when I start, after some time, this man come meet me and tell me, say, he say, name Charles Musa, and they in charge of Sierra Leone Housing Corporation. He say, now they get rights for ya. Now I say, no, you know, SLRA rights of way. I indicate the pillar, so I say, no, look the pillar. I say, you know, they now under jurisdiction. I say, no, it's different. I say, look the pillar now. So the man not ever, he not be bothered me. go on again. There was threatening remarks. So I began to decide for going to your house. I go meet them, I talk to them. I said, do ya? I said, me a young man. I said, I want for let you see way for plead me and allow me for go ahead. Because it's a business worker for employed people. I said, I want to allow me. He said, no worry, we'll talk about them. But go on again for some time back, he can meet me one time, say, he get a proposal for me. This place here, he won't let me left here. He go give me 2 town lots elsewhere. Let me forget about that. And I said, I said, yeah, I don't put money. Then kind of money I don't put now. I said, no, it not work. I said, I don't can this far. I said, nothing stop me. So I be careful conclude and I gonna cancel again. They say, but you get all the documents, why you afraid? So I go ahead and finish the place. And we employ people there for work now. We get a lot of people the way they work now. When their livelihood depend. There are times you don't go ever know, pass you employ 1-2 person. We months don't let you know how it mean for let you able to pay salary. So then people, this Charles Musa, don't they after me? I even don't go to office, still them. The other tell me say get investor the way come for a house in business. He not going to talk to me. Only attempt the one to ever make, he never yield anything. He say he not going to talk to me. But he go tell to me, and in February they can't invite me. Now I say I go to police, na CID. I get the invitation letter right now. They say I go to.
So as you see now, everybody stands still. Everybody stands still. Policeman the day they don't have vandalized the place now as I talk to you. Hitmakers way there by city supermarkets. But we don't know what's not the way forward no more. We don't know what's not the way forward. Why this operation? Let's see one former minister or so and get the order for this place here. So how the young people go survive now in this country? Job, business, very difficult. This is a place who said they employ more than 15 to 20 workers there. At least where they back able for sustain there and the family there. And them now don't become jobless. We at this festive season, how some man go able for feed the pikin there? How some man go able for feed the pikin there? At this point in time, they don't call us job. We all know the crisis where they go around the world. Even though Salon you now we know. But it is well. Not be every time I will come say the president be like this. Everybody for Africa get fought. Immediately they join enter post. Everybody be like say they be slave. They never enter the position, so they the lawyer, now so they visit, now so they do like this. Immediately they enter. But white people, if they enter, now that they careful, make the masses not remove them like this. Since Africa don't know their right, everybody now, it don't turn a gun. Not be every day I will say, Sierra Leone president, I put the president. Talk to your people. May they go help this man. This one a young man we invest. This thing is just started this business for 2009. And they don't scatter. And this your person will be asking want this. A wife said he said for the place in case you never know. Play the video, Messiah. One now on your you start Giron, even the store, your wife store say be like who person where they sell coffee, I don't even know. What even they do they say. If the man will even find person and your wife will even look like where they support demolition. One now someone go help this young man. He need your help. You understand? Not be everything. All this woman they bring bad name to you. I know say you and your wife, you are good people. You understand? You are good people, so help this young man. Don't go straight or down, use no time. Our grandfather, where they go, blah, 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 blue, oh, blue, blue, blah, blah. The guy don't make us proud. Every time now they blastalize the guys, this guy will kill us. Wait till be all this smash line, women miskill. Those of no, my dad with this. Get the one I call up Tinubu. The guy don't shocktalize everybody. If you see where Tinubu take pen, where people see they answer question, I say, what? Who teach this man English? The guy focus. I even though they pardon for the share, but the guy, the way they talk, even the BBC guy fear on the blah blah blue blah blah. Now they talk like this. So all the blue 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 blah blah blue, all the guy he polish all the. Whether I borrow somebody's speech or he borrow somebody's man, amazed because somebody try. Make the, you understand? Those who never watch the interview for BBC. Oh yeah, regardez là-bas.
Your Excellency, thank you very much for talking to the BBC. First of all, how are things going with you with the campaigning?
Things are going very well. I'm very, very confident that this election, free and fair, I'm the front runner. And that is why I'm getting many arrows.
We'll talk about one or two of the arrows in a bit. Let's talk about your priorities. If you do win the elections in February and you're sworn into office come May 29th, what are your priorities?
Security and economic recovery to accelerated development, to get Nigeria employed and get inflation down. Monetary policy needs to be changed. Subsidy needs to be decided upon and removed.
Security is a big problem for many Nigerians. And I remember in this very room in 2015, I asked President Muhammadu Buhari when he was campaigning about that issue. And he said, well, we know what we're going to do. We know what we're going to do. The problem still persists. What are you going to do specifically?
It actually reduced. I would defend him for that. Then 17 local governments and about 4 states where we have flags of foreign jihadists in Nigeria. That is no more. That is long gone. To start a chaos is easy. To bring normalcy and redecorate is more difficult. Here we are. Buhari has degraded, but not completely eliminated ISWAT. Then we talk briefly of lethal weapons and ammunition and technology equipment that could help accelerate the cleanup of those people. The West is yet to feel comfortable enough with the Buhari administration to sell us the arms.
Do you think that will change? That might change with you, or will that change with you?
It could change. It might not change, but we have to look at alternatives, and those are the mass recruitment of individuals in a volunteer army to really clean up.
So more people in your military forces, security forces, so to speak, as you said during your speech downstairs. Now, I just want to move away from that because I realize we don't have much time. There's also the issue of, Nigerians have lived under this Buhari administration for 8 years now, almost 8 years. Some would say this 8 years has come with a lot of pain and a lot of suffering. You are coming from the same perspective as President Muhammadu Buhari, and you're members of the same political party. You helped bring him in to office nearly 8 years ago. What are you going to do different? Why should Nigerians be voting for you?
Because I'm different. I am Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I have governed Lagos. I've built a model state that could be a country on its own. I've led an administration that is so prudent. From 600 million internally generated revenue to 5 billion a month. That's a record. Nobody else can brag about that. I've treated and tamed the Atlantic Ocean surge in Nigeria that will have perished many people in Lagos. The infrastructural renewal of Lagos is excellent. I've continuity in Lagos. Buhari has done his best. I can't run away from him being my friend, my leader in the party. I will not.
Okay, sir. I mean, when you talk about money generated in Lagos, and I want to come to your own personal self. When you talk about, you're a very wealthy man.
How do you know?
Well, you know, I mean...
you are not my accountant.
I'm not in your account, but this is speculation, and it's fine. You can actually rebut it or not. When I look at some publications and they say they're worth 4 billion, some is even more than that, but you refuse to explain where your wealth comes from. I know where you live in Lagos. It's a massive, sprawling mansion that takes up nearly a quarter of a street in a very expensive suburb. Why do you refuse? I mean, don't Nigerians have the right to know where the wealth of their next leader comes from?
Because they got to know how to analyze and how to ask questions, not in the accusatory format. Are they enemy of wealth? If they are not enemy of wealth, investment do yield. I have an example of a Warren Buffett, one of the richest men in the country, in America and in the world. It started from stock buying and brokerages. I inherited great real estate. I turned the values around. I'm not denying my wealth. I've not been, I was the most investigated, the most accused governor in the opposition up to, you know, from for 8 years and up to 2007. And since I left the office, I'm still there. I've not taken any government appointment, no government contract.
Yes, but some say the legacy you left in Lagos State was that, you know, you were getting a share of the revenue that Lagos State was generating.
Hey, excuse me, share what? Have they proven it? The World Bank has, IMF has investigated the record in Lagos. What's wrong with them?
And I want to move away from that.
It's envy.
I think you've kind of explained that, and we don't have much time. If you were not running for president, sir, you have two main opposition candidates, Abubakar Atiku and Peter Obi, who people are saying, you know, he's the young upstart, and I mean that in a very positive way.
Young where?
Young upstart.
Have they been governor of Anambra 8 years?
Anyway, Your Excellency, if you weren't running for president, which of your two major opponents would you be voting for?
None.
Why not?
Because they are not as competent as any other person out there. They have no track record. None of them is qualified except me.
Woman, if somebody try, Mona say try. Not because say we hate one person. Everybody will just say, where Peter Obi go CNN? I don't know whether they teach ABCD or A or Apple. Waiting they talk, even the CNN person don't know what they talk, because some of them will be obedient. If you reach another person, will go blast time. If you reach another, oh, why you go blast her? We will follow you. Like say no alone and I did Nigeria. Oh, now guy will go CNN in himself. He never know what they talk. Those of
Mr. Obi, thank you so much for being with us. You are certainly the most popular presidential candidate in Nigeria right now among young people. There is just so much momentum behind you. But here's the problem. Nigerians are used to being disappointed by their leaders. And when you think about some of the problems that are facing the country right now, they're systemic. I'm talking about corruption. I'm talking about oil theft. I'm talking about insecurity. I'm talking about the fiscal hole that Nigeria is in right now. Can all of that really be solved by one person?
Well, if you have a leader that is competent, have the capacity and commitment to start dealing with it, you're not going to solve it overnight. But there will be a clear, visible, measurable attempt to dealing with it. And they're things that are solvable. They're things that can be dealt with decisively. But you have to have a leader that, if you look at what he's been able to do in the past, you can say yes.
If indeed you do become Nigeria's next president, Nigeria, as you know, is broke. It is barely able to service its debt. It spends so much more than it earns. What are your plans? Just from a concrete perspective, what are your plans to take Nigeria's economy off of life support?
Well, a variety of things. One is that you have to deal decisively with the issue of security. It's impacting negatively on your economy today. You have to deal with it head on, because you have to get your farmers to go back to farm and start ensuring that the vast land of the north are invested, are cultivated on. You have to start pulling people out of poverty as quickly as possible. You have to reduce aggressively cost of governance and deal with the issue of corruption.
Anyone who knows anything about Nigeria knows that it has this embarrassing reputation of, despite the fact that it is Africa's largest oil producer, it imports refined fuel. What is your plan for transforming Nigeria's economy from a consumption economy to a production economy?
Let me use this issue of oil, for example. There's no reason why our refineries cannot work. There's no reason why we should not encourage private sector to build refineries and operate them. And they're not rocket science. It can be done as quickly as possible. You can use today decide to remove the fuel subsidy, use the resources to support critical areas of production, from critical infrastructure to education to supporting investment in refinery, which will be, like I said, done within a shortest possible time.
So this one, if person see truth, he go see talk. Tinubu was composed in this. You try. First time why they praise him for more news. Now our fight don't go down small, but tomorrow we continue. When you do something we go small, this one you do okay. And that way when they ask you questions, they say make some people can answer and I don't understand that you're this thing, and they come for that one. Go straight on news no time.
Parara one talk true too. Mock news one talk sense. Parara one mad again. Hey, Parara the talk Peter true. Peter true to pain the better people. Mock news and tell the people true.
Sponsored by Vakil 20.